Students, this is your science sir. We are discussing the topic of the lesson is polymer chemistry. In this topic, in our previous class, we discussed about plastics and its resin code chart and what are the impacts of plastics and PLA plastics, various methods of disposing plastic, in which are the ways we can dispose the plastics. We discussed 5 method. We used 5 method: refuse, reduce, reuse, recycle and recover. Okay, in these method only we can dispose the plastic, we can reduce that plastic, and also we must landfill the plastics. Okay, so up to landfill we discussed already. Today we are going to talk about biodegradable plastics. Biodegradable plastics, I told you about biodegradable and non-biodegradable. By the action of bacteria, the plastic material gets decomposed, which is the biodegradable. Not only plastic material, any material gets decomposed by the action of bacteria, which is biodegradable. By the action of bacteria, the material do not get gets decomposed, which is non-biodegradable. So in this topic, biodegradable plastics. So the plastic also able to gets decomposed. So that only we will discuss today. Okay, the concept of biodegradable plastics or bioplastics was first introduced in the year 1980s. Okay, how? Based on the nature of degradation. Okay, what is degradation? The material gets the quality degrade day by day. So that only degradation. Okay, based on the nature of degradation, there are 2 main types of plastics: degradable plastics and compostable plastics. Okay, degradable plastics are made from petroleum oil or gas, which is the same as conventional plastics. Okay, that is only degradable plastics. The difference is that they have a chemical or additive added to them to make them break down faster than conventional plastics when they are exposed to sunlight. Okay, sunlight, oxygen or water. Okay, the quality will be degraded day by day. Okay, what do you think will happen to degradable plastics? Degradable plastics break down into tiny pieces called microplastics. Degradable plastics break down into small pieces called microplastics, and they stay in our environment for a very long time. Okay, it is very important to understand that degradable plastics do not break down completely in the environment, so which make the pollution. Okay, scientists have found that microplastics in the ocean are really bad, and it is likely that these tiny pieces in the soil are also harmful. Okay, which will making the pollution to the soil and also to the environment. Okay, compostable plastics are derived from renewable resources such as corn, sugar cane. So corn but nowadays in the market available that compostable plastics only. The plastics made by plant like corn and sugar cane. Okay, so we are going to discuss next PLA plastics. About PLA plastics we will discuss now. Okay, sugar cane, and avocado seeds are shrimp shells. Shrimp shells, these all come mixed together and make that PLA plastics. Okay. Compostable plastics can be broken down completely by microbes. Microbes is nothing but bacteria, okay, and turned back into food for plants, carbon dioxide, methane, water and other natural compounds. Okay, we will talk about PLA, plastic. That plastics is made by corn, 1 tablespoon of corn starch, 1 tablespoon of vegetable glycerin, 1 teaspoon of vinegar, 1 teaspoon of vinegar, and cooking spoon. Those things are mixed there and forming the PLA plastics. Okay. PLA plastics, polylactic acid. Polylactic acid, which is the compostable plastic, okay, which is easily gets decomposed by the action of microbes, is nothing but bacteria. Okay students, now we will talk about plastic eating bacteria. Plastic eating bacteria, plastic வந்து decompose பண்ணக்கூடிய பாக்டீரியா எது அப்படின்னு சொல்லி நம்ம பார்க்க போகிறோம். ஸோ those things found in Japanese scientist. Okay, in 2016 scientists from Japan tested different bacteria from a bottle recycling plant and found that that name Ideonals sequensis. Ideonals sequensis. Once again I'll tell you students, Ideonal sequensis. It's a Ideonal sequensis is 201 F6 could digest the plastic used to make single use drinks bottles that are made of polyethylene terephthalate. Polyethylene terephthalate. Okay, so the bacteria works by secreting an enzyme known as PETase. Okay, it's a enzyme. So like in our stomach also having the enzyme, you know, that enzyme will help to digest our eating food. So like that, when talk about plastic eating bacteria, okay students, the bacteria works by secreting an enzyme known as PETase, okay, that breaks down plastic into smaller molecules. These smaller molecules are then absorbed by the bacteria as a food source. Okay, the working of enzyme is diagrammatically shown below. You see there the students. Okay, breaks down the PET into terephthalic acid, okay, and ethylene glycol. So about this compounds and all you can study in higher classes. Okay, so to that they added the PETase enzyme, okay, which will decompose the plastics. Okay. Okay students, although the discovery of bacteria breaking down plastic is seen as a potential solution to the plastic pollution, okay, it is still very complex. A big issue is the scale of the plastic pollution problem. Okay students, we consume and produce such large quantities of plastics and this is only increasing. Okay, the scale of the bacteria breaking down plastics is much slower and will therefore not solve the crisis we are facing. Okay students, another limitation is that it is restricted to PET resin code. Already we discussed about resin code, from the page number 54. Okay, there the resin code 2, 4 and 5, which is only recyclable plastic, and which only decompose, which will not making any harmful to the users. Okay, otherwise number 1 resin code number 1, resin code number 3, resin code number 6, 7, so those plastics and all making harmful to the environment. Okay, so another limitation is that it is restricted to PET resin code 1 plastics, which currently is one of the most recyclable plastics worldwide. Okay, it will not be a feasible solution to the issue of the large quantities of non-recyclable low grade plastics which are polluting the environment. Okay, that is why it cannot be the solution to plastic pollution on its own. Okay students, next we will talk about glasses. Okay students, glass is the only material that can be recyclable over and over again without losing its quality. Okay, glass mattumna 100% வந்து 100% we can recycle. Okay, and reuse. Okay, glass can be found wherever we look, a glass window or glass mirror or glass light bulb. Okay, so many materials making by the glass. Glass is one of the world's oldest and most versatile human created materials. Okay, so only we are telling it is a 100% recyclable one. Okay, glass is bit of riddle. Okay, it is hard enough to protect us, but it is shatters with incredible easily. Okay, it is made from opaque sand. It is how they preparing the glass. Okay, it is made from opaque sand, and it is completely transparent. Most surprisingly, it behaves like a solid material, but it is also a sort of varied liquid in discuss. Okay students, glass is prepared by heating SiO2, silicon dioxide. Glass is prepared by heating silicon dioxide until it melts. Okay, say to about 1700 degrees Celsius, and sodium carbonate is also added there. Okay, then it is cooled down really fast. When silicon dioxide melts, the silicon and the oxygen atoms break down. Okay, break down break out of their crystal structure. If we cooled it is slowly, the atoms would slowly line up back into their crystalline arrangement. Okay, but if we cool the liquid fast enough, the atoms of the silica will be halted in their tracks. Okay, they won't have time to line up, and they will be stuck in any old arrangement. Okay, with no order to the arrangement of the atoms. Okay, we call materials like that like this as amorphous. Okay, at this stage glass is linear in arrangement, inorganic in nature, and has a structure very similar to glass, and they are considered as polymers. So because this exists so many monomers. So already we discussed about about polymers. Many monomers are joined together and form the polymers. So glass is also a polymer material. Okay students, in a commercial glass plant, in a commercial a commercial glass, how they preparing? Okay, sand is mixed with waste glass. Sand is mixed with waste glass obtained from recycling collection. Soda ash. Soda ash na NaOH. Soda ash, sorry, sodium carbonate. Soda ash, sodium carbonate and limestone. Okay. Calcium carbonate and heated in a furnace. Okay. அந்த உலையில் போட்டு ஹீட் பண்ணுவாங்க. Okay, the soda has reduced the sand's melting point and produces a kind of glass that would dissolve in water. The limestone is added to stop that happening. The end product is called soda lime silica glass. The ended product is called soda lime silica glass, and it is the ordinary glass we see all around us. Next, usually other chemicals are added to the change the appearance or properties of the finished glass. For example, iron and chromium based chemicals are added to the molten in the sense melted. Molten in the sense which is in a semi solid. Molten என்றது வந்து which is not as a liquid and which is not a solid, which is the semi solid, that only molten. Molten sand to make green tinted glass. Then oven proof borosilicate glass. These are all types of glasses. Okay, soda ash glass and then molten sand to make green tinted glass and oven proof borosilicate glass is made by adding boron oxide to the molten mixture. Okay, next another type of glass, adding lead oxide makes from a sandwich or laminate of multiple layers of glass and plastics bonded together. Okay, toughened glass used in a car windshields is made by cooling molten glass very quickly to make it much harder. Okay students, till now we talked about the topic of the lesson, polymer chemistry. Okay, and we will come to evaluation part. Okay, I am not give the homework in the objective types questions and all. I am not give homework. Okay, you just read. I'll send the PDF. You follow that PDF for making to the exam, and I'll give the homework from very short answer and long answer parts and hearts also. Okay students, do very best in the unit test, first unit test. Very good. Thank you.